What's up, everybody, and happy Tuesday. What's up? It is our fourth episode of Thique Talk Podcast, and we are so excited to be back in emotion. Good evening, boys.
Good evening.
How's everybody feeling?
Good
Ooh.
evening.
The
Feeling
girls are
good.
feeling. It took us a while to get here tonight, y'all. So bear with us as we
Please do.
do what we need to do because it's been a long time since we've been together. So I just want to say Happy Pride Month.
Happy
Happy
Pride Month.
Pride Month. Yo, the whole month is gone and we just recorded. This is crazy.
It's okay.
The girls been booked and busy.
No,
We really
seriously.
have.
The
We really
girls have
have.
been moving. They have been getting promotions, birthdays, traveling. I mean, some of everything from start to finish. But welcome back. Welcome back. Getting back on the horse
Welcome back.
tonight. Let's do this. Episode 4, Thicker Than Water. We are excited to get into some talk about gay code, guy code, friend code, Pride Month, and all things June. But before we get started, we have a question from one of our supporters, and we'll use this as our icebreaker to get us back in the game. And the question is, what career would you choose to do? Anything other than what you're doing right now, and why?
Anybody want to go first?
Hmm.
Okay, I'll go first. As y'all know, I say this often. If money wasn't involved and all of the above, I would be a teacher for sure. Um, I think that I will be a teacher because I'm passionate about giving back. I'm passionate about the youth, and just people knowing, not getting knowledge and being able to basically like share the journey to people. Like a lot of people that don't know, especially like in urban areas or areas where people is underdeveloped. Just giving them, showing them opportunities of what's out there. That will be my main thing. And I just love, being a boss. So I feel like the teacher will be given like, okay, I tell y'all what to do. Shut up. Listen, all of the above. So that would be
So,
mine.
I don't want to be difficult, but is this question geared like if you could do the skill or if you can't do a skill? Because for me, I
Child,
would be a
any
teacher.
career, it don't matter if you could do it or not.
Oh, I would be usher, like hands down.
Did you just
You would
say
be
usher or a usher?
she wanna
I said usher as an usher Raymond.
Oh, okay. You would want to be usher.
Mhm.
So you want to be performer,
Yeah,
entertainer, celebrity. I
yeah,
could see you. I mean, I could see you living that life.
yeah.
Oh, for
I would
sure.
definitely be.
I
I
mean,
wasn't
definitely
clear
the
what you said at
aesthetics for
first.
sure.
I thought he meant he might have wanted to be a usher. I didn't. I could make that happen. That wouldn't have been a dream, darling.
Listen,
I did that for years myself.
you
Sit at
have
the
to
door,
be
and be like,
called. It's like, no.
no. If I had to choose any career other
Everybody
than
already know what you say. About to say.
no, I don't think y'all do.
Okay, I'm listening.
Any career.
I'm interested
No,
now.
other than property management. I'm already doing it. We have a podcast, but I would love to be a talk show host of some sort. I would have to have been if I could just have it my way right now. We would have a
I
nice. I would do it, and I would do a night segment. It would be evening. I would switch it up for the girls. I'll give the girls Black Jimmy Kimmel, like that kind of moment.
Okay,
Um, but
okay.
yeah, I would
and I
definitely do
just
that.
I don't like the way you just tried to test my friendship or like I don't know you, girl. Like I was literally gonna say something in media broadcast, and you tried to act like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
no, y'all don't know, girl. What you thought I
I
was
didn't
gonna say?
know
Politics.
I can see
a
that too,
lawyer,
CJ.
something that I ain't had a patience for.
Okay.
Right.
But no, seriously, no, that's kind of cool. I feel like I wasn't expecting the usher thing though. I just wasn't. The teacher thing, me and Vaughn have already talked about as well.
Not a usher in church, people. Not a usher in church, okay? Because I already know that's where y'all going with it, okay? I'm anointed, but I ain't that anointed, all right?
Well, speaking of anointing and holy oil and holy water, we have a thick tale of the week that will cleanse your spirit and
Yes, we
energize your soul,
do.
darling.
Yes,
So,
we
Dave,
do. Yes, we do. So again, welcome to this week's episode. June is literally the best month ever. I mean, I'm a little biased because it is my birthday month. And Vaughn, us Geminis have been taking over. Okay. They not like us. They not like us. All right, let me stop because we're gonna have to pay for it. But seriously, Gemini season is just really a good season. June has been great. I don't know if you guys knew this, but one of my favorite legendary, iconic LGBTQ plus celebrities, Laverne Cox, is a Gemini. Did you guys know that?
Wow.
Did.
Yes. So her birthday, I believe, is she's a May Gemini with Vaughn. Her birthday is May 29th. And when I think about pride, I think about like having wings. I don't know, but I always feel like I can fly when pride comes. Like this is just a month. So when I thought about creating a cocktail this week, I said, why not pick none other than the legendary icon Red Bull, honey? Because she literally gives you wings. So when you think about pride, you know that there's no time to sleep, there's no time to rest, there's no time for none of that. It's just simply time to have a good time. So we have the Coozy Cooler, comfortable in my skin, comfortable with who I am. Okay. So this is a real simple drink, boys and girls. All you got to do is take 2 ounces of your favorite tequila. You get 1 can of your favorite Red Bull. Right now, I'm having some Juneberry. Okay. And literally shake it up, get a half of a lime, put that in a tall glass, put a cute little garnish, and cheers to the girls' weekend, baby. So happy Pride.
Cheers. Happy Pride.
Flowing, happy Pride, dolls.
And if the girls haven't been to a gay club with me, you know I live for a Red Bull tequila combo.
Okay.
I live for Red Bull tequila.
Either Red Bull and ginger ale or Red Bull and tequila. I mean,
Red Bull and tequila every time.
Tequila and Red Bull or tequila and ginger ale. Every time.
We said give you wings because you'd be allowed to do. I just thought about bus, club, party,
another
bus, another bus.
Another
you
club.
need this drink, right? We all agree, like this is it.
Well,
and what's crazy, y'all, I haven't really fully experienced a Black Pride yet, and I don't think I can take it. Like I've done a day, and that's enough for me.
Girl, get you about 4 of these, you'll be all right.
I won't.
Well, I'm a Black Pride fanatic. See y'all soon.
One thing about me, y'all know I need my sleep, honey, and y'all don't get no sleep during that weekend.
That's why you got to get on the Red Bull.
The vitamins helped me stay up last time. No, drink responsibly, definitely. Get an Uber, or if you're a DC, get an Empower. But girl, be careful, they're a little raggedy. But they get you there and they're cheap.
Okay, so we'll talk about that because I need a ride too. Are they nice though?
You gotta run that back.
No. So really quick, because this Pride Month, so I like to educate the girls. So DC Pride this past year was my first time taking an Empower, and our producer Tevin will probably kiki at this because he knows exactly what I mean when I talk about Empowers. So basically, Empower is like Uber and Lyft, but these are people that either don't qualify, or they may want to just pick up extra rides, or their car isn't as newer, but it's cheap. So like we're getting rides. Some of the rides were good, like you get a regular car, but some of these rides, girl, we got a one car. The man had a gas can in the passenger seat in the front. And my friend Tristan got up there. He said, can you move this? And the man was like, yeah, you could just put it in the back. I was like, he gonna put it in the back. Why is there a gas can here? Darling, the best time to take an Empower is if you're drunk or you're gonna get drunk because it's just cheaper. Otherwise, get your regular Lyft or Uber.
I always stick it to Lyft.
Well, thank you for that. Thank you for educating us.
Thank you for the education, right? But that's about it. I will not be using it.
If it's 4 o'clock in the morning, I just left for after party, and I'm not paying $80 for the ride. I'll pay that $20. I can't even tell you what's in the car. Don't even know. But anywho, once again, it's June. It is Pride Month, and all things Pride. We do want to just celebrate one another and celebrate all of you who are part of the queer community and who are our allies. And I think we just want to share a little bit about how we became such the prideful people that we are, darling. So I do want to ask the girls, what is your coming out moment? What was the moment where you basically, I don't give a fuck?
Because that's what it is. Dave.
At what moment did that happen?
Oh, I'm up first.
Yeah, you are.
You guys are such gentlemen. My coming out story is so crazy, and it's funny because it's not a story that I think about often. I think I definitely think about it during Pride, obviously. But for me, I come from. So for those of you who do not know, I do come from a Jamaican background, mother and father born a yard, And if you know anything about the Jamaican culture, it's frowned upon. It's not something that is welcomed. It's not something that we kind of put out there in the open. So for me, high school was very closeted. And I thought, I know girls that like where's Dave? I'm in my closet, literally, to just pay homage to coming out of the closet. But yeah, so all of high school didn't come out. Definitely had feelings. Definitely liked men, and it was definitely just something for me that I just wasn't ready for. Went away to college, even up into my senior year. Mind you, y'all, I done had a boyfriend. People knew that obviously I identified as the G in the LGBTQ plus AI community, and but it wasn't something that I was ready to fully embrace and kind of come out. So unfortunately, but fortunately, I do look at it as a blessing in disguise. I had a really bad falling out with a friend that actually caused me to get into a fight. Not promoting violence, but I held myself down. I did what I had to do. In the fight, I didn't realize, but I ended up getting gay bashed. And the only thing I had ever heard of gay bashing was, back in the day, the show Queer as Folk. I don't know if you guys ever have watched that show or heard about that show. It came on HBO. Or I'll give you another one. Back in the day, Noah's Ark. So as you girls know, I am the eldest on the stage. So these shows are a little throwbacks.
We know what Noah's Ark is, child.
I was gonna say, don't try me, girl.
Okay. I just want to make sure we know. Okay, how black are you? All right, this is pride, but don't forget about being black, honey. But anyway, long story short, I had never heard of anyone physically being gay bashed or being beat up or being violence against them for being gay. So during the fight that I had, two guys were fighting me. I held myself down. I walked away without a scratch. But during the fight, they were saying things like faggot and just really derogatory, nasty things, right? And it wasn't until a good friend of mine, a good Judy of mine, kind of said like, "Yo, they were saying a lot of these things. Like, what's that about?" And I had to face the music. I had no choice. I couldn't run from it because it was something serious. So, I went to
you already faced it head on. So I mean, why not?
Okay. So I had went to an HBCU, and if you guys know anything about HBCUs, they do not tolerate fighting. That is not welcome. It doesn't matter whether you were in the wrong or not, whether you got jumped or not. You can't fight. That's just a rule. I was 3 or 4 weeks away from graduation, so I was in jeopardy of not being able to cross the stage. Now, I already told y'all I come from a Jamaican mom who then spent her time, energy to see my way through school. I got to cross that stage. Like, this is not happening. So shout out to my friend. I don't want to shout her out, but shout out to my friend who really became like the Olivia Pope before Olivia Pope was who she was.
Okay.
And so, listen, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go and we're going to tell the school that you were gay bashed and that if they don't want this to go to the media, they know what they need to do. Let's just say, after talking to the dean of students, after talking to my advisor, they were very, 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 very apologetic to what had happened to me. The 2 students, unfortunately, did get expelled. So, think about that the next time you decide you want to target someone who is gay just because of they're not what you think that they are to be. And, fortunately, I was able to cross the stage. But because of that situation, I had to call home. I had to tell my family because it was serious, right? And I just remember calling my mom and kind of like throwing a lot on her. So like literally letting her know like your son just got not beat up, but your son just was involved in a fight. And then also, Mom, I'm gay. And she just was really like, wait, what? Like you putting too much on me. Like that's too much. And I hung up the phone. And I remember she called me back and she said, let me tell you something. Don't you ever in your life think that you're going to hang up the phone on me. And I was like, you're not listening. You're not understanding. You know what I'm saying? I just want to be me. I just want to be proud, blah, 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 blah. And it was, and again, I had to learn that, it wasn't that my family didn't love me and didn't support me. It was just a lot for them to kind of swallow and take on at the time. And my grandmother, I love her so much. She said to me, just because you gay don't mean that you got to be the Malcolm X of the gays. And I said, what? And she said, that's not something that you have to, I'm not telling you to be ashamed, but you don't have to walk around telling everybody I'm gay, I'm gay, I'm gay, I'm gay. So that was my coming out story. And of course, my family has still, we still go through things and everything like that. But I'm happy to say, everyone, I'm no longer in the closet. Everyone who knows me knows
Well,
who I
that's
am.
pretty evident.
Okay. I'm officially out. So yeah, that's my coming out story. I didn't want it to be too super sad and anything like that. But I definitely didn't want to share that with you guys.
Well, I just wanted to say, Lamont, you finally get your story on why Dave was almost expelled from school.
Okay, you finally get to
Because he
see why
definitely
you
called
was
me on
almost
the thing and
expelled.
said,
Yes.
"Wait, what made you? What did you do to almost get expelled from school?" But yes, that was a pretty decent coming out story though. Like I think that even though you had to get into a fight and all of that stuff, I was kicked out of school. I feel like that was an easy way of like just getting it out there. Like, oh, it's a lot. Let's just throw everything on you, girl. And then you just have to digest it. However you digest it, I got it out.
Right.
You heard it. Then I ain't saying it again.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mhm.
That was it.
Yeah.
What about
For
you, girl?
TJ, you want to go?
Well,
I mean,
it's quick
Tina.
and
I'm sorry.
easy. No,
We haven't recorded this in a while, girl. So I think I used to call you your other
yeah, the
name
girl got
again.
5 names. I got 5 different names. Okay, but you all know me as T Nail. We're gonna keep it like that,
Tina,
darling.
yeah. Mhm.
No, I don't have a long story. The first time that I guess my family kind of knew, my mama tried to pull me out of the closet. By going through I told you before with the scoop phone, she went through my phone and found me texting a boy at a high school in Northern Virginia, and that didn't go so well. She did the whole send me to the country for a week. Like, child, that's not a gay camp, but okay, I'll go out there and hang with the people. Um, and then about 2 years later, my senior year of high school, I was talking to an older guy, and the older guy, he was like a manager at Jimmy Jazz or something. Girl, I thought I was doing it up. And we was on the
Mhm.
phone, and my mama was listening, and she like busted in the room. She's like, "Who you talking to?" And now disclaimer: I love my mama to pieces. Now we're nothing like this anymore, but she was a typical black mother, like Loretta Devine, honey. She thought I was going to hell, and she thought I was going to die the next day, and folks was going to beat me up and stuff like that. And here we are today, years later. She's closer to some of my gay friends and frenemies than I am to this day. So my mom is definitely evolved. And then my dad has always been very supportive. They're weak at me because I told them bitches I was gonna clock in tonight. Um, but
Ooh,
my
you
dad.
tried it. You tried it. You tried it. You tried it. I almost spit that whole Red Bull out. I'm
Girl,
gonna send you a bill for my MacBook because I almost spit it out on the damn
I
the
And
keyboard.
can't.
I want to always recognize my dad, who just lost him in March. And happy belated Father's Day to my dad and all of your fathers, and
Yes.
Dave, to your late father as
To
well.
y'all
But
fathers.
my dad, never had that problem. Like, his family kind of tried the whole like, "Oh, you're gay," shock surprise, and my dad was like, "Oh, child, please." Well, he didn't say child, please, but he was like, "Boy, I'm gonna love you anyway, and whoever deserves you, this, that, and third, and love me unconditionally." And you bet not I say shh about me in front of my daddy, because he was gonna whoop yo. Now my mama, she go kiki, then she'll cuss you out, but she go kiki first if it's good. But yeah, that's my coming out. It wasn't really a coming out, but yeah.
Yeah,
And I don't remember it like, sorry, but I don't know how many gay people can relate, but there was never like a, "Hey y'all, I'm gay." It just happened. Like, started bringing friends around and all that. The thing I haven't done yet was had a man, so they've never. Well, no, take it back. They did meet a man.
they
Horrible
did.
experience. He lied the whole time. Just a
We did
horrible
meet
liar.
him, honey.
Very cute. Okay, lie.
Liar, liar is his nickname.
Yeah, but he's in a
Mister,
relationship
I don't eat
now, lying to
pork.
somebody else. You know,
Mister, I don't eat pork, girl. I can't take it.
it's on you.
I-
Back to you, Vaughn, in the studio.
um, for me, y'all know, girl. I come from a very how do I explain my family? Um, contretto, like country ghetto ratchet, but loving all at the same time. But I came out to my mom while I was in college. I was probably in my junior year. I was living with my uncle at the time, so I felt like I was a little bit independent. I had a little job, child, the girls. I always said ever since I was young, I was like, when I get grown and I ain't got to worry about them, I'm gonna just tell them, and then if they, however they feel after that, I can just take care of myself. Blah blah blah. That has always been my thing, and that's why I went to college. That's why I did all of the things that I was supposed to do to make sure I, get to the next level and be able to take care of myself. In my head, this was the scenario. But anyway, I called her one day because at this time I was talking to this guy. You know who I'm talking about, TJ. Was talking to this guy, and I felt like, oh, okay, I need to tell mom, it's time for me to stop, trying to be in the closet. It's time to tell the people whatever. So I called her. I didn't even we didn't in person. It's not in person. It didn't give in person, honey, because my mom used to be very ghetto, and I was scared it was gonna give a little altercation. So I was like, let me just call. So I called, and she was like, quiet. I was like, girl, I talk to boys, and it was getting very quiet on the phone. And then she was like, well, what did she say? I can't even recall exactly what she said, but something to the extent of like, well, I mean, it's your life, if that's what you want to do, blase, blase. Um, but fast forward to like a couple years later when actually I'm grown and I finally get somebody that I'm actually talking to, and actually like we're kind of in a relationship, kind of not really. She was actually so interested to meet them. Like she was so pressed. I'm like, girl, calm down. I wasn't even that pressed to meet the boy child. She was more pressed than me. I'm like, girl, please calm down. But yeah, that's kind of mine. My dad, I told him my dad
Shout
is
out
in and
to
out
my
of jail, child.
ex-brother-in-law.
So my dad was in and out of jail all my life. So girl, I told him over the phone, the prison phone, honey.
This girl just said she told him.
But yeah, I think, and I haven't told anybody else though. So like my family, I don't tell them. I haven't told them anything, but they just kind of know. Just in
Yeah.
how I act, how I carry myself. It's like
Thique Talk
I feel like in black
Podcast.
households, it's kind of like a unspoken thing. Like we just go with the flow. Like it's like, oh, for a while you asking about the girls, and then
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying. So also another story. My uncle's friend, every time he used to see me in the summertime, he used to be like, well, the bitches said, when I was going to Virginia State, well, the bitches said, blah, 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 blah. So one year he asked me this, and I was like, yeah, they all on campus, blase, blase. I'm just like, playing it off, child. And the next year he asked me, and my uncle was like, man, stop asking him that. And girl, ever since then, I said, oh yeah, my uncle now.
I mean, it ain't no secret.
My man's now or whatever.
It ain't no secret. It ain't. I
Yeah, it's
never
not like,
understood the whole
especially when I
shock.
joined Urban Couture. Like when I joined Urban Couture, like my style, the way I dressed, the way I carried myself, everything just kind of went through the roof. So it was like
She
it
got
was
real mangy.
almost like I couldn't, hide the fact that I was gay because baby, the way I dressed in college, baby chokers, it was giving dreads up in the top knot bun, child. It was giving very cut.
The girl
Did
said
you
they want
own
to see a throwback picture tonight.
I did not own Uggs, and I wanted a pair so bad. Every time it was time to buy some,
You
I
didn't
would
have
not buy
none.
him. Hmm?
You ain't had none.
No.
Wow.
I tried on Jay's when he was living in Tanglewood, and I was like,
Mm.
oh, I gotta get some of these, and never got them.
I bought me a pair and tore them things up in DC and never bought another pair. I mean, it was
So
raining
good.
bad too.
You on your foot. I have to buy a pair.
Yeah, it's so easy. But well, that's cool, ladies. Well, thank you for that. And I want to say to all of your families, we love you. And thank you for accepting my friends, Even, I'll be glad when y'all invite me to a family function. I think my friend's scared to invite me, child. We'll get it today on in gay code. I think they're
Oh,
scared of
please.
Wait a minute. Who you talk about? Because you act like you ain't
Right.
never been to one
Ask
of my
me
family
if they
functions
invite you.
before. You have definitely been to my family functions before.
and I ain't been back since.
And my family don't have
You
family.
went to my sister. You just went to my sister's baby shower 2 years ago.
Okay, girl, what happened to the Brunswick stew last year? They ain't call me for
Listen,
that
listen,
bonfire.
First of all,
listen,
I was
listen,
not
Pretty
there.
Bunch.
We was out of
Listen,
town.
Pretty Bunch.
You ain't
Just
got to be
because
there.
your family do stuff all the time, don't mean that our families do all the stuff all the time. Okay, we don't have stuff like y'all.
Even though my family do stuff a lot like kids do, but that's like a lot of times I'm not there. So if you
No,
want to
I'm
go,
just
you
messing.
might be more than welcome to go,
I'm never
girl.
in Virginia. I'm never in Virginia, so it doesn't
You are more
matter.
than welcome to go. As soon as you pull up, girl, TJ, you want a drink? You already know what's up.
Okay, where my girl need at, bring them out, bring them out, bring them out.
You know the
But no,
vibes.
seriously, shout out to y'all coming out stories and shout out to y'all family. And for those of you who are watching, we would love if you didn't mind sharing send us your coming out story. We'll share it on our pages, on our platforms, because it's important that we empower not only each other, but there are some queer people that are not just younger but older than us that have not had the bravery to come out to their families and
Yes.
don't understand how important it may be to just live in their truth. And sometimes it is very dangerous for some people to live in their truth, and they may not know how to do that. So if you're watching or listening, feel free to just share with us. And if you want to keep it private, you can. If you want us to share publicly, say I don't give a fuck, and we will share publicly just to empower other people, darling. But with all things we have to do them well, and we have to do them in good smells. So we do have a fragrance of the week, and I think Big Waves on Swim is excited tonight.
Wah, 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 wah. Now, what's up, y'all? So, if you don't know, this is Dave with Lifestyle with Dave. Again, with all things being Pride, you want to make sure you smell good. It's been a while since we've been back with a fragrance of the week. So, I decided to go ahead and give the girls a new look, a new color. So, if you haven't seen it now, this is Prada Luna Rosa Ocean Le Parfum, honey. Okay, this is a real sexy one. I don't know if you guys have ever smelled any of Prada's fragrances. They normally
Now
are
that I
very,
Oh,
have.
they
Prada do
normally
have
are
a good
very
house.
sexy, but this is the definition of sexy. All right, it's really intense. It's not something that's for the office. This is literally for I'm going out tonight with my girls, and I'm about to show. I'm about to pump. I'm about to show them everybody that sometimes you gotta pop out and show you who. Okay, it is robust. It is long lasting. It probably is my favorite product fragrance I've ever purchased. Honestly, they
Hmm.
really did their thing with this. It retails for about $145, boys and girls, so it is on a little high side. But please remember that this is a parfum, so that means that this is the most of the fragrance oil that you're gonna ever get. It is not a toilet, and nothing wrong with a toilet. Sometimes it depends on what you need it for. So because this retails at 145, you just need one or two sprays. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Get right here, get right there. That's it. But it's
So it like spreads
sophisticated.
all over.
No, don't do that.
Oh,
You don't have to spray it all over. Now, unless shout out to the boosters, unless the boosters getting it to you for $85, then
yeah. Do the
you
booster got this?
this
She
is
do
you.
actually. She just sold it today.
Wow. I need to give me another one tomorrow.
Okay. So if you're getting it from the booster and you want to do what you do, but it literally is intense, So you don't want to be too stinky, Sometimes too much of something is bad.
Mm-hmm.
So less is literally more with it. This definitely goes a long while. I have worn it all day and still smelled it. So it's
Wow.
good. It's good.
Okay.
So that's
And
Highly recommended.
I
bef-
highly recommend it.
before we get into the next topic, I just want to give Dave his kudos on these fragrances because, baby, I wore that green extravaganza in Vegas, honey.
And what
And
the
the
people say?
man that was patting me down, honey, he said, "What is that you have on?" I said,
Ah,
"Green extravaganza."
that green.
I said it's Valentino, but yeah, I just want to give you a kudos on that, girl, because you did put the girls on to the green extravaganza. You brought it down before
Thank
we
you.
actually shot, and the people smelled it, and it was like, "Oh, this smells cute."
Thank
But
you
yeah,
for
my
it.
girls bought it for me for my birthday because they saw it on the show, and I
Oh,
love it.
I love
And
that.
if you watching on Instagram or YouTube, put them applause emojis just to applaud Dave for giving y'all a scoop, because he is giving y'all fragrances, perfumes.
I'm not
He is
gatekeeping.
teaching y'all,
You
you
don't
know.
gatekeep over here at Thique
And a
Talk
lot of y'all
Podcast.
girls
So
don't know what to get y'all men for these birthdays and these anniversaries. We're giving you a lot of episodes
please,
of what to get them. So put that round of applause in the comments, boo. And if you want to know more about what he posted previously, don't forget to check out other episodes on our platforms.
I'm
Yes,
But
tired of y'all men walking around smelling like Axe
me too.
and
oh,
bod,
or
honey.
oh, thank you, Lord, for saying bod, or smell like Curve from 2005.
Oh, girl,
Put it back,
Not
and put
her.
it back
Where do
now.
please,
they sell that at?
girl, they sell it in
Avon.
CVS.
Get
Who?
out.
Yes.
That girl retail store.
You know, I go in
Mm,
CVS to get my birthday cards, and I always walk past the little thing when I go
mm,
in. Hmm.
I'm weak.
CBS
So
ain't cheap.
To go with pride and to go with good fragrances and good moments, Dave had a moment. Oh, somebody said in the comments on Instagram, but Curve smells so good. My
Mm,
God, I would curve you if
my
you had on a curve. I would curve you.
my uncle used to wear that, and this was my granddaddy's brother. So my granddaddy was at this point he would be 79. So his brother was older than he was, so that was like 80 something. He
Oh
used to
my
wear curve, and I used to steal it when I was a little boy. And baby, I would not put that on now.
I mean,
But
if you
if you
have on
like it,
curve, maybe it
then
works. If it works for you, just make sure your partner have a white diamond, and then y'all could be a classic couple together, darling.
ew. See,
or
see
that
that?
classic Chanel. What is that classic Chanel that I hate? Oh my
Oh,
god,
I
it's
know exactly
so
what you're talking
strong.
about. That ain't
Okay.
Oh
the one.
my god,
Is that
it's
the one in the
so old
shoe?
womany,
That ain't the
huh?
one in the shoe, is it? Is
No,
that the
you
one in the
tried it
shoe?
because that's Carolina Herrera, honey. Her fragrances smell good.
But
Hate it.
you know what? This is a perfect example of everything ain't for everybody because Tinel does not that bad boy and that bad girl is just not for everybody. It don't go with her chemistry. It may smell good on you, but it don't smell good on us.
Y'all
So
don't
this
like
is
it?
what we're trying to. It's not that we don't like it; it don't smell good on us. It don't go with our
Y'all
chemistry.
know I am a fanatic of the bad boy, the
You
Carolina
know,
Herrera
I'm glad you
whole
gave up, Brandon.
house.
Well, first of all, I don't. First of all, I don't eat or drink nothing I can't spell. So, da 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 ain't it?
Carolina Herrera, if you want to say it regular, because you know these be trying to put the little accent on to try to give a little flavor. But no, like I love Bad Boy. Bad Boy is one of my favorites. That was one of my starter fragrances. So I am
That's what's
I
up.
always have to have some Bad Boy in the cut. But I have
Yeah, and
definitely been expanding my palette when it comes to fragrances, thanks to
yeah,
Dave
and then
and
when
my
you leave stuff in my
friends.
house, I always used to pick it up after you, so that works.
I'm
Cause that lightning
screaming.
bolt that you left in my house, that really got me hip. I said, "Ooh,
That was the bad. That's Bad Boy.
that's bad boy." So, what is the shoe?
Yes, the shoe is Bad Girl.
I don't like the
Yeah.
shoe. I like the lightning bolt.
So
So you
you
don't.
have to find
Oh, okay.
another.
He doesn't like the woman fragrance, but he likes the
Hmm.
male.
Okay,
That's okay.
Okay.
I like the women's ones too, though. So I just dibble and dabble.
Speaking of liking boys, women's, and girls, and all things gay, we do want to recognize some people that we do admire in the community for Pride Month, and I believe Dave is first, because maybe she was eager to tell her story.
Ah,
So, Miss Dave, give us a briefing on who's your favorite in
I
the
mean,
community.
listen, the community is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's not perfect, but it's our community, right? So again, be who you are for your pride. But seriously, when I think about the people in the community that are celebrities that I absolutely love, I've had the pleasure of meeting one of them, which is
Okay.
none other than MJ Rodriguez, aka Mother Blanca. Okay,
Blanca
um,
Evangelista.
Evangelista, honey. Oh my God, what can I say about her? Like, let me tell y'all something. Like, she is literally a roundaway girl. She is literally so nice, so warm, so embracing. She's not, simply like someone that's all about the whole glitz and glams of being a celebrity or anything like that. She literally is a doll in person. So this was from about 3, maybe 4 years ago, Pride. Me and my good Judy Quinton went to this fabulous party that was thrown by, oh God, I don't remember who was thrown by, so I don't want to lie. I know Lyft was involved, so Lyft is an ally for the gays. They were a big sponsor for it. So MJ was there. Obviously this is when Pose was on. It was a real big deal. I wasn't sweating it. I know at the time that we weren't allowed to go into the VIP section, but I said, don't worry, we'll be up there. And we went up there, and the moment that she saw us, she didn't like, turn away or anything like that. I remember like at one point me and him were arguing, and she was like, y'all sound like me, you sound like me and my best friend. Like y'all sound literally like how me and my best friend sound. But she's a trailblazer. Obviously, if you those of you who do not know, she is the first transgender woman to win a Golden Globe for her role in Pose. And if you didn't watch Pose, shame on you. Please go and catch up and watch Pose. It is literally the best show ever. I miss it tremendously. But shout out to MJ Rodriguez for her grace, her strength, her advocacy in the community. She's just that girl. And then my second celebrity, because I couldn't just choose one, is none other than Niecy Nash Bates. Oh, Betts. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right.
What's that?
If you don't know who Niecy Nash is from the hit show Claws, then you need to get on. You need to get on.
Girl, I mean, living under a rock.
Listen, living under a whole rock. Niecy Nash is literally a powerhouse of charisma. She's just someone that is just she's been very open about being a lesbian, and coming out. I don't think she officially had a coming out story, and a lot of times, a lot of people gave her a lot of slack because if you guys don't know as well, she was the first same-sex couple to ever grace the cover of Essence magazine for her gorgeous wedding. I just love her. She's just genuine. She's fun. Anybody that talks about Niecy Nash always says that she's a good person. I can't wait to meet her. I know I'm going to meet her. I just can't wait to meet her. I hope I'm able to kiki with her and have a good time because she's just truly outspoken. And yeah, so those are my two favorite celebrities from the community. I love both women. Shout out to them. Yeah. So
Yeah, I
that's it.
think that.
Rodriguez and Niecy Nash.
Yeah, I love a little Niecy Nash. Niecy Nash is she just gives me all around girl. She gives me like like you said, down to earth, all of the above. Like I just feel like she's just one of those warm, welcoming people. Like just
Absolutely.
from looking at like her, because her and Sherry Shepherd are best friends, and
Yeah.
just looking at some of their clips that I see, I'm like, them two be kiki,
Cool.
honey. Like they be having a good time. So I'm like, I can only imagine being around her and it's just absorbing some of her energy. Yeah, TJ.
Excuse
I mean,
me.
T-Nail. I'm sorry. It's hard. I am so sorry. I'm gonna just stop referring to you. How about that? I'm just not gonna talk to you.
Read the name. Read the name. T Nail. But no, seriously. No, I do love Niecy Nash. I've always been interested to hear Sherry Shepherd and her speak again because Sherry Shepherd had that whole thing a couple of years ago where she was like, "I respect the gays, but I don't believe in your marriage and I don't believe in those things." And being that Niecy Nash is now married and happily, you know, together. I wonder, has that changed her perspective on certain things? But I do have some favorites in the industry as well. One of my favorite people that I dressed up as for Halloween, actually, and you girls that are my really good friends would know exactly what I'm talking about. But for the fun of it, I do have a picture of that year when I decided to grace everyone's phone in circa 2020, I believe, or 2021, um, as the Uncle Cliff from P Valley, honestly known as Nico. Shout out to Nico, because he is one of the most humble, down to earth people that I have ever met. And as far as a celebrity status, he is very in tune with his friends and his supporters. He doesn't like to refer to people as fans. He doesn't like to do certain things. He has been always so kind to me. Always a great time. I had the pleasure of meeting him on live. Also, at my sister's restaurant here, Aces, Richmond, Virginia. Shout out to you guys. He is one of my favorite queer people of the community and of Hollywood. Of course, there are many others. Some of you still aggravate me a little bit with your white husbands, but that's just my opinion, not yours. But no, I really do respect him and love him. And I did think of somebody I wanted to shout out when y'all were talking because I forgot all about them. Oh, Jason and Adair. If you ever watch their show on Netflix, they're a black male gay couple. One is a stylist, and the other one is a home designer, interior decorator. And when I say please, y'all, just hang in there. Don't don't ever disappoint me. Please don't, because I thoroughly enjoy seeing a black male gay couple successful doing anything. And y'all are laughing, and my friends, they always be like, "TJ, you can't say that." I only say this stuff because it is so prominent in our community that people of color date people that are not of color. And I do have a best friend. She is with a white man, and I am proud of her and happy for her. It is not a dig, but it is a trend in the queer community that it's like, dang, when a black girl make it to Hollywood, they get with a white man. It's just a trend. It's just a trend. So it's exciting for us. It's almost like when you was a kid and your mom be like, "Damn, he got a white man. She got a white man.
Mhm.
He got a white woman." It's just that same feeling. But I mean, love is love. Love who you love. But shout out to all the
Yeah,
queer leaders. Saucy Santana. Let me tell
I
you
was gonna
something about a
say
white
that was
man.
mine.
I don't know
I didn't
how
get
we
to go.
forgot Saucy
I didn't get to go, but he
Santana.
was mine.
Oh, I ain't seen
Saucy
him in a while.
Santana
I'm
is
sorry.
mine.
How you gonna cut him off like?
Um, huh?
I don't know how he cutting you off like that. T-Nail, calm down.
I didn't cut him off. I
Right,
didn't know that was his
girl.
guy.
Like I don't have it in what you call it, but yeah, Saucy
Go ahead,
Santana is
Bob.
mine. I would choose Saucy because I just like his vibe. Saucy like to have fun. I like to have fun. The girls like to go outside, smoke a little hook, honey, drink a little tequila. That's my type of vibe. I would love to hang out with Saucy Santana, and the girl is hanging with Tokyo Vanity right now, and that's one of my good Judies as well. I would
Ooh.
love to hang out with them too, and just kiki, have a good time. Who else do I enjoy from the community? I enjoy a lot of people. Y'all know I love Kobe Domingo. I've said that many times on the show. Mr. Jeremy Pope as well.
Yes.
Queen
I love
Latifah. I
Jeremy
love
Pope.
Queen Latifah and her
Oh,
wife. They're
we love
so, oh my
Latifah.
God, they're just so beautiful. They just melt my heart. Um, who else? Like I love so many people within the community. But if I had to hang out with anybody, it would probably be Saucy.
Baby, that live of him and Carisha, I said I needed to be at that pool.
Literally, when
I
I
needed to
tell
be in the
you,
pool with
Legendary.
them.
them two at that pool, girl, I didn't even look at the whole thing. I just seen a little part of it,
Bitch, I
and
watched the
I
whole
was
thing.
so weak. But I literally like even like going back to their lives when they first became like a big sensation or whatever. Like that's how me and my friends act. Like when
Yeah.
we on the phone, like we be going back and forth like that, and always has. And I'm just like they remind me of me and my friends. I think that's why I like them so much and I've gravitated towards them so much. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoy. Saucy Santana, and I would want
Baby,
to hang out with my good
when
Judy for
Saucy
that.
said, I got that Oprah money, we got Oprah money. And
Got
Carisha said,
that Oprah money. Chris said,
ooh.
"Ooh,
It be moments like that that just takes me out every time.
yes,
But no, seriously, shout out to all of our celebs out there. Hopefully, one day we can get one of you celebrities on our show to
okay."
chit chat and relax.
Well, I think.
What?
hmm Never mind.
You
Go ahead.
think
I'm
what?
sorry. Nothing.
What you think? Come on out.
Nothing.
What you
Nothing.
Come out of that.
Just
what
keep
would you
going.
say?
Nothing.
Who who would y'all want first on our show? Let me ask y'all that real quick.
I
I
don't
would.
mind Saucy. I don't mind Nico. I don't mind Niecy Nash. MJ. All of them would be great first.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think that we will probably be who will be most likely to want to come on our show if once we become a little a little bit more equipped and out there. I think will be Big Sexy. I think Big Sexy will come on here.
Oh, Big Sexy. I could see that. I could see Big
Are we
Sexy.
calling Big Sexy a celebrity? No
I
Technically,
shade.
mean,
yeah.
yeah, for sure. Like I
Fair,
don't think he's
like
A
a
list, of
celebrity
course, but he's probably like a C or D, but definitely a celebrity, internet sensation, whatever we want to
I guess
call
we could
him.
say
But
influencer.
I
he
would
would
say
definitely
influencer
give,
line. I would say
yeah.
influencer. I don't know
But
about
I mean,
celebrity.
okay, so I think that yeah, there's a thin line between the two. But I agree. I agree with influencer.
Yeah.
There's a lot of influencers, but I think that like just his following and his backing that he has, especially with this whole thing he's doing now with the jumping up and down and rooting on the women, like I feel like he's getting a big followership from that. And I think that somebody like him would definitely pull followers to our page if we were to ever interview him. But definitely, I mean,
Yeah. And
I
I think I would enjoy seeing him do more gay interaction.
hmm
Because I used to love him, but then I'd be like, well, girl, when you can talk to the girls, when the girls gonna be apart. And
hmm
I've noticed him trying to do more in the community, because sometimes it's easy to gravitate toward women. And I tell you all the time, ooh, if somebody a gay man and ain't got no gay friends, it kind of makes me nervous.
And
But I
I don't know
can't
how you
change
say
that.
that. I don't know why you say that. Some people just don't gravitate towards other people. Like I don't get it.
We'll
Like
get
and
into
you
that on gay
and
code.
my okay, we about to get into that because that girl. Let's just
Oh boy.
because
Y'all
we can go on
buckle
this
up.
all day. You know, I've
Y'all
only had
buckle up.
girlfriends for a
For
long
those of
time,
you that are
girl.
watching, y'all buckle up. Okay?
Let me take me another drink, girl.
But no, seriously, cheers to all of the people that are part of the community that are celebrities. You heard who you want. So if you're watching or you're listening, you have a connect, feel free to DM our page because, okay, baby, we are here for it. Okay, I don't care who they are. Okay, they could be somebody that's from the house of Tishi for all I care because those are my girls. Those girls are bad, baby. I'm here for all of the gays. Okay, and we want
You
to
can't
support.
take, you can't take.
So see y'all soon. But hey, you all are here for a reason. And tonight we want to talk about gay code. And some people might say, what is gay code? What is that giving? What we are talking about tonight is friendships with the gays, for the gays, or some friendships that you may have questions about, even if you're not in the community. One of my little cousins who's growing and developing as to be a young adult, she actually really reached out, was like, hey, I would love for you to talk about friendships because you guys have a lot of friends. You guys travel, you do things. How do y'all manage it? How do y'all overcome certain things? So here we are to discuss we consider it gay code, but don't leave because any of this may apply to you, your homies, your girlfriends, your bitches, and all of the above. Okay. So let's just dive into gay code, right? Now, since we already brought this to the surface, let me go on and start the conversation here. Yes, I do find it alarming when a gay person doesn't have any gay friends.
I don't get that. Like, I I think for me, especially growing up, like with I grew up in a very predominantly black county or whatever. So in my neighborhood, there was not many gays at all. There was maybe one or two people that were openly gay, and then everybody else was giving boy. So for me, I think that started the segue of only the girls were going to accept me for who I am. Like only the girls are going to be able to kind of they're willing to kind of take me under their wing if that makes sense. Like they were the only group I fit in at that time because I wasn't given quote unquote openly gay, so I couldn't hang out with the gay boys. I wasn't giving, you know what I'm saying, macho playing football, so I couldn't hang out with them. So it gave hang out with girls, and we had so much more in common than anybody else. So I gravitated towards them, and that just kind of has been my MO basically through life. And then I went to college, of course, and that's where I began to meet, guys that I could kind of like, and also becoming more openly gay and being secure in who I am. I was able to kind of like, meet other guys that were gay. But before then, honey, I had no male friends. I literally all girlfriends up until probably like junior year of college. I didn't meet Chaz until my junior year of college. And yeah, I was openly gay since freshman year, but I didn't meet any guys until college, and that just is what it was. Like that has just always been my safe haven was women. So I think that's why I gravitated more towards them. I don't think that's a red flag because for me, I mean, granted, I can see where you're saying like maybe he's not comfortable with himself or something like that to you. That maybe what you're getting from that with him not having any gay friends. But for me, I was very comfortable with myself. It just was like this is who has always protected me. This is who has always been my go-to. Like I cannot just, throw them to the side just because, I'm openly gay now. But they've accepted me the
Right.
whole time. So that's just been my experience with women and why I gravitate towards them. And just being raised by women, that's also another thing. So yeah,
Well,
that's
remember I
my
said I didn't say there's nothing wrong because they're commenting on Instagram too. I didn't say there was nothing wrong with having cisgender women as friends. I'm just saying when there are an abundance of those and there are no gay friends at our big age, high school, adolescent, college, I'll even give you that. But as an adult, no, ma'am. That's what I was saying to the
but I
comment.
don't
Go
really
ahead,
have a lot of
finish
gay
your question.
boyfriends at this age, TJ. Let's
But you
be
have one or
I
two.
mean I have a couple,
There are
but
some
I don't
gays that
really
have
have a lot.
zero.
Okay.
But there are some
So
that
you're
have
saying that if you
zero.
don't have absolutely none, not necessarily there's a number around how many you should have. Okay.
And then also it depends on how large your village is. Like if I meet somebody and they say, "Hey, I don't go out there like that," and they have two girlfriends and that's all they talk to, I'm not mad at that because your circle itself is just small. So that
Hmm.
just is what it is. But I have seen some gay men that they go on a birthday trip. It's 20 women and them. Baby, you can keep that main person syndrome. That is not gonna work for me.
But that would be me. Like I would have like 20 girls and it would be probably 3 boys,
Once again,
maybe 4.
I said if it was just you and the 20 women,
I feel like it's still
that's
equivalent, but
wild.
okay. I get
No,
what you're
no, no,
saying.
no, no.
I get
Dave,
what you're saying.
I feel like you have something to say.
Yeah, it's festering all in his spirit over there, girl. He's trying not to say.
So me and T now have had this conversation many times. It's not one of my favorite conversations to have, dolls. Just because I don't feel that way. I feel very much so like Ron, how he feels in regards to the idea of like, I don't see nothing necessarily wrong with it. But I will say this: as I've become closer to you and I've become a brother to you, I definitely am leaning. I'm trying to be in the middle as I can be in this situation. So I definitely understand that if you are just identify as a gay male and for you not to have no community around you, it's a little weird. It definitely is a little weird. But I also understand. I don't know. I guess I'm thinking about the underdog for the people who are just they want to have the community. They've tried to have the community, and I've been a part, or I've been a part of the community for quite some time. Community is mean, especially when we're talking about a guy that looks like me, right? A big black fat guy. Like it is what it is. I don't necessarily check off the box in terms of. I don't definitely check off the box in terms of like, oh, I got abs and I got this or whatever the case would be. I mean, thank God, dogs, I'm not ugly, but I'm just saying, like, and thank God that I'm loved and
Period.
Right.
it is. But you guys know what I'm saying. You guys get what I'm coming from. So you
Yeah.
know, I think it's circumstantial. So if there's a situation where someone has tried to have this community, tried to have this brotherhood,
Yeah.
and unfortunately it just didn't work out. I'm not mad at them saying, I'm gonna go to what I know. I'm gonna stick to the rivers and lakes that I used
Yeah.
to, you
Hmm.
know. But I also do think to your point of view, T-Nell, like it's a little like, do you not want it? Do you not want to have that
Hmm.
sense of like, okay, I can tell at least one person, like we could talk about, you know, what type of enemas I need to get, what's the difference
Right.
between really a top and a bottom. I love my cisgender girls, yeah, I know I do. I'm just not that type of person that, I'm not that friend in a relationship where we're gonna sit and talk about a bunch of quote unquote gay things. So I appreciate my village that I have, that I've created, because I can literally let my hair down and talk about stuff that I just don't know if I feel comfortable talking about with my cisgender girls. Doesn't mean I don't love them. Doesn't mean that they're not core people in my life. They're roots in my life, hands down. Um, but I need the balance. So
Yeah.
I just think it's all about the balance, and I do think that circumstances it depends on the person.
Yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with, I think, like Dave said, just about it being hard to find gay friends in general. Like I think honestly, TJ, if you weren't a consistent friend or consistently trying to hang out with me, or we weren't in the same cruise, I probably would not be friends with you. Like I don't like stuff that takes too much energy. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like when you have to like put a lot of effort into things when it comes to being a friend. Like we literally was in the same organization, so like it made sense for us to be around each other. It made sense for us to
No,
like
you didn't like me at first. You had me blocked.
TJ,
You
I
had me
really wish
blocked
I
on
could
Instagram
remember why
because
I
you thought
had
I
you
wanted your
blocked.
man. Because you thought I wanted your
Because,
man.
okay, first and foremost, the
You know,
girls
T-Nell
are
don't
making
forget
up
nothing, right?
scenarios in
You know
their
he don't
heads.
forget
I
nothing.
don't
That's the
like it.
elephant.
Huh?
You know he don't forget nothing, Vaughn. You know he
Right,
don't.
but see, my thing is, yes, he don't know that. That is something that he's thinking.
Dave,
We were definitely blocked,
I would never
but
forget.
that is
I
not
was
why. I
leaving.
don't think that's why you were blocked.
We
I
was
don't
leaving
remember why you were
rehearsal and we
blocked.
were in the elevator. And I was like, "Oh, I should follow you." And he was like, "Yeah, follow me." And he pulled up his Instagram and it said, "User not found." I said, "He was like, I don't know why I said that." I said, "You blocked me. You blocked me."
Yeah, I don't know why, but
But guess what? She
that
couldn't
could be
get rid of
why
me
though,
then, and she can't get rid of
because
me now. That's okay.
that's probably why, because TJ definitely one time, my first time seeing TJ, he came to my guy and said, "Where's your keys?" He had to go in his room to get some. I'm like, "What are you going to his girl?" We had a whole talk about that later on that night. What is he going to your room, and what did he leave in your room? Why was he in your room? First of all, that could be it, but I don't think that was it,
It probably
because
was.
technically he wasn't my man. He just was, you know.
Yeah, but no, I didn't want him. I didn't want him at all. I was trying to help a girl out there because the other guy had messed her hair up with that perm, and I had to go
Yeah,
help
Lord
her.
Jesus,
Ooh, that's a whole
so
other story.
sad.
But we do have two questions before we get to our next question. Somebody said Bliss on repeat in the comments said I can definitely relate because if we flip it, that would definitely be iffy. And I'm guessing they're saying if they, as a cisgender woman, if they only had gay men and no women
Hmm.
around, you would be like, well, why she ain't got no
Alarming.
girls
Yeah,
around? Or vice versa. If you are a straight man and all your friends are gay, or we could be like,
yeah. Hmm.
why you ain't got no village? But also, like you said, it is circumstantial. So I'm not saying it's impossible that these aren't great people, but for me, if we're getting into gay code, just the introduction of how we see people, that is one of the things I'm like, yeah. Somebody said in on the YouTube, at what point gay guys trans, and I'm guessing transition. I don't think we have an answer for that here because No, correct me if I'm wrong, brothers, but I don't think any of us are or have transitioned.
That is correct.
Wait, is he saying transition as in going into a transgender, or is he just saying transition from out of the closet to in the closet? Because I'm
Yeah,
confused.
I don't know. It just came up. So I'm gonna say if it's for the transgender comment or trans comment in that nature, we wouldn't have that answer. And I would say that's just on the individual. We noticed that some of our friends have transitioned when we were in college, some friends transitioned when we were in high school, some begin their transition at 40. So it really just depends on that person. And it's almost like coming out of the closet a little bit when they're ready to do that step because that takes a lot of bravery to do because people are not accepting. And y'all hate it when the girls
Mhm.
transition and they are beautiful. Oh, y'all girls eat it up. Y'all
They
can't
can't
stand a
take.
bitch to transition and become a
The girls
fine
can't
trans woman
take.
or a fine trans man. I don't know why y'all gay. Because if you want to be really honest, real quick, some gay boys before transition is prettier than girls, and some lesbians are more handsome before they transition. It just we're people. We have different makeups, we have different genetics, we come from different countries. Some of us have softer faces, some of us have larger hands, things of nature. So it just depends. But for that question, I'm not for sure. But the way they, if we look at it the flip flop way, that kind of eases us into the next question. When did you start really getting in your, I don't want to say gay era, but when did you really get into that gay circle? Like, yeah, like I don't know how to describe it. Like, when did you say I'm a part of the community?
I don't think I've ever said that.
You're gonna have to give an example.
So, like,
Like,
I'll say for me, I'll say for me, like, I grew up in church. I went to A&T my freshman year. I had a gay friend, and I had a couple of friends. Then I went to Virginia State, and I joined the choir. Whew. If you ever been in an HBCU choir or a church choir
Mm.
with the girls, you will understand. Once you join that organization, bitch, your secret and the cat is out the motherfucking bag every time. Okay, because them girls are gonna read you for filth. They gonna read through the lies. And I'm gonna tell you, it be some boys that come in there. Oh, I ain't on that. But by the end of the year, we'd have found out all the tea who you'd been with and where y'all been at and who lying and who ain't. Okay. And then I joined an organization with Vaughn, Urban Couture Mile Entertainment. Shout out to us. It's almost anniversary time. And I met no shade, my city girls, my urban city girls, and I was like, oh shit, it's another side to the gay life. And then I started developing and making friends in the community and going to events and things like that. And I from there I just was like, oh shit, I'm a gay man. Like I'm a gay man, and I'm a part of this world.
Yeah. I guess that would be mine as well. Like, once I joined Urban Couture, I think that's when I really like came into myself, like started to be, openly queer on campus, like, all of the above, like just dressing queer, being around them, all of those things. But I had like my introduction into like going to gay parties and stuff like that, like Colors at the time. That was the hot club in Richmond. My freshman year, I stayed across the hall, all boys dorm, of course, but across the hall for me was one of my good Judies. To this day, she's my good Judy. But in freshman year, it gave very much, I'm not hanging with you girls because I am not out yet. But somehow they got me to go with them to Colors. And since then, I've been liberated, girl.
um, I would say to answer your question that it definitely happened while I was in college. I have to shout out AOL chat room, BGC chat live, because that literally was the experience for me. So for those
Did
of
she
you
say
who
AOL
know,
chat room?
I said AOL chat room.
These
I
girls
told
is
you
old,
I'm an
honey.
old queen. Okay, I'm an old queen. But no, seriously, all joking aside, y'all, the internet was a safe space, right? Because I felt like at any given time, whether it's MySpace, whether it was BGC Chat Live, whatever it was a safe space for me to be able to connect with people and not have to, not have to be like meet them in person, but meet them if that makes sense. So, when I went away to college, even though it was still not something I wasn't openly walking around campus, let's just say I didn't miss a beat. Okay. So, it wasn't maybe in like a 9 to 5 kind of setting where it was like I was walking around kind of twirling or anything like that. I've always been, and I take this as a privilege, and I'm not saying this to disrespect anybody. This is just my truth. I've always been masculine presenting. So for that, with that being said, it was always like, I'm not sure about Dave. You know what I'm saying? I think I know, but I really don't know. And I used that privilege to my advantage. But that didn't mean that I didn't necessarily. And again, sometimes it feels like when you're not out of the closet that you're living a double life. But I was doing my thing. I would say that once I graduated and I was able to come out of the closet, that I definitely had a newfound respect of what it means. I have a real good Judy who identified as a lesbian. When we came back home to New York City, we tore the town up. I mean, I used to. It's so crazy because I used to leave. I used to work an overnight job from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. And I would go in, clock in, and I would change my clothes in the bathroom, and we would be out at the club. Okay, we was at the lesbian bars, we was at the gay bars, we was literally living life because we didn't do these things in high school. So now that we were like young adults, 21, 22, we were like, oh, let's do it. Let's have a good time. So I think that's when all of that kind of gelled and came together for me. And I just was like, I remember that was like, I don't think I was like until 23. That was the first time I had kissed a guy in the club. I never did that before. Like even though I had a boyfriend in college, I was very I was still very discreet. I would never kiss and tell outside, if that makes sense. I wasn't a big fan of PDA. I'm still not a big fan of PDA, but that's another conversation for another time.
What's your boyfriend,
Vaughn,
DL?
shut your mouth.
No, here's
Okay.
the crazy part
And
about that. I dated someone that wore Uggs and was like, I would never forget. Facebook was real big when we was in college, and his friends threw him a surprise birthday party, and I had to bring him there. That was my job. So I'm in the background of the picture while he's coming in, and everybody's like, surprise, and I'm in the background. And one of my friends, she texted me, she said, now what was you doing at Mario's surprise birthday? Oh, I didn't say his name.
mm.
Oh,
Woo.
Bleep!
what was you
Production,
doing
production,
at that
production.
party? Let's just say.
And a random shout out
I'm
to our
going on
producer.
mute.
I don't know what our producer is eating right now. When I tell y'all it looks good, whatever he is tearing up at the bottom of the screen. When I shout out to Tevin, the
I
producer, I
can't see
had to
him.
do that. I had to do it.
I guess
But
I guess TJ is the host. That's probably what you can see.
yeah, because I'm on my laptop. Well, I can't see everything. I just can see like the screens. But somebody said, and y'all gonna laugh when y'all see this. Too legit to quit says, actually, let's get us a kissing in the clubs.
Correct. Correct. Because that was my next statement. Um, somebody on this panel loves to do that. Do not let them get a few cocktails in their system. They will definitely be kissing I don't know who in the club. And she's proud of it.
I
Does
have
she care
gotten
to
a little
talk any more
better.
about it?
I have got okay, so we'll tie this into friendships. I'll actually bring this back to the friend circle, because I think some people they don't know when to tell their friends enough is enough, like girl, let's go, or they're too hovering. Because we've been in spaces where I'd be like, Vaughn, Dave, can you come get the friend? Because I'm trying to talk to this boy, and the friend is not backing the fuck up. Or not necessarily me. I do like to kiss in the club. Well, okay, okay, that came out wrong. Um, I just happen to meet men who are attractive and they are affectionate. I'm a very affectionate person, and sometimes our lips just fall. We just fall into it like that, and it's been a while though. I will say it's been a while. Now, hopefully New Orleans, I don't do like I did last year. Because you might catch me on the street outside the page kissing somebody. That does not mean I like them.
Did you say it's been a while? Did you just
Yeah.
not kiss somebody at Pride?
Oh, I did. Oh, I did. I forgot. I forgot. Child.
And then you need
I
to stop
forgot.
kissing people because nobody want no mono.
Then why would you put that on me?
We can still get that.
I don't
The
know,
only
girl. I
mo-
just don't know.
the only mono I got is monochromatic. That's it, boo. I don't have nothing else but monochromatic. Okay, get
Girl,
into
my drink
her.
is gone.
Oh,
Mine's
you should have
still.
had a refill like me. Um,
I'm refilling.
but no. So we got two more questions, and then we'll get to our trivia because I know it's getting late in the hour. The next question is: what are your rules and parameters on dating one of your friends exes or previous talking buddies?
Can I go first? Because this
You
is just
sure
very.
can. I'm on mute for this.
I do not. I don't remix, so I always would say that like I'm not even a fan of like rekindling a relationship that I was in. It just never works. It just never works for me. I'm just that guy. I'm really just that guy. I'm also not really interested. I'm really I'll say this, like how I was raised, like my mom's love language is very much so acts of service, receiving gifts or giving gifts or whatever that's called. Um, you know, and with that being said, like my mom never ever, she was always very big on like that's sacred. Like, I never knew like what went on in her bedroom or anything like that. And I think that has really rubbed off on me. So I'm not even y'all. Let me tell you something, especially with these gays. I am not picking up the phone and calling y'all and telling y'all nothing about what me and my man do, how we doing it. Y'all talk too much. Stop talking. All right. That's a word of advice from Dave. If you want to keep your man, the best way to do that is to keep that shit to yourself. That's the one thing that we don't need to talk about and share. And I get it. It's an appropriate, it's a time and place for things. So boys and girls, there's ways to be able to be like, I'm going through something without really kind of spilling all the tea, if you get my drift. So with that being said, it just doesn't appeal to me. It just doesn't, you know what I'm saying? I get it. Everybody's not like me. So I've definitely been in spaces and have friendships where, they kiss and tell. They tell me a little bit too much, but it just automatically is no. It's an X for me. I'm not interested, because at the end of the day, I'm like, I don't really want to know how you bent so and so over. I don't want to know that. Like that, we're friends. We I don't play like that. I don't get down like that. So for me, it's very simple. What I don't know can't hurt me. What I don't know can't affect me. I don't wonder about it. If I do wonder about it, you never know that I wonder about it. That's it. So that's how I feel about the whole dating somebody that somebody talked to or ex or anything like that. It just doesn't appeal for me. It's not my thing. It's not my ministry. And I'm done. Vaughn, I think you're up next.
So this is my thing. I personally am not going to talk to anyone that somebody else has talked to that I know of within my circle. But I do think this person, whoever said that, that's what I was about to go. I think it depends on the level of friendship. I also think it depends on the level of how the situation in which they were in. Because this is my thing. My thing is, if, like you're saying, Dave, we're not talking about your relationships or whatever. Like, we're not really going into details about nothing. Like, what if I don't know who you're talking to? You know what I'm saying? And something comes up, and somehow we're attracted to the same person, and it happened to be that situation. Like, I think that's why we need to talk about who we talk
Oh,
to, and in
oh,
situations
oh,
with,
okay.
because we have to make sure that our people
Sorry. I gotta
know.
stop you. I really gotta
Okay,
stop you.
because
You really
I took it wrong.
does that really happen? Like, you really mean to tell me, like, and I mean, girls, let's use our common sense. I know we don't have a lot of common sense, but let's use our common sense. So you mean to tell me, if I'm talking to Billy Bob, and yeah, I'm not telling you about Billy Bob and everything like that, but you really gonna tell me that you didn't know that I was talking to Billy Bob? I'm having a hard time grasping that. People in the audience, live viewers, like,
No, I
I'm
mean, to
really
me,
having
I just feel like you were saying that, like, you don't want to really hear about what I got going on. So does that mean in totality you don't, or you just don't want to hear about the
terms of
sexual
like
part, bedroom
intimacy,
part?
in terms of
Oh,
intimate details,
okay.
in terms of
Well, yeah.
intimate,
So if we're
if we
openly expressing who
going
we
to
are with,
Miami or
I think
Bay,
that it should be off limits totality. Like, as well as, like, if we're just talking, you know what I'm saying? In their situations where we're just talking, we talk to people all the time. If it's serious, of course, I think that's 100% off limits. But also, I think that if I know that my friend was talking to somebody, I am going to be like, hey, such and such and such reach out to me. I think they're cute. This is the dum bum bum. And are you okay with that? Because that's just me, and that's how I move personally. That's what I am going to do with any one of y'all that's on this panel that I've, you know what I'm saying? If I know that you talk to the person, even I mean, me and TJ have, talked to somebody that was the same person, like, well, they tried to date me or whatever after the fact. So, oh, me and T-Nail have talked to the same person. Well, they have had interactions a long time ago, and then the person reached out to me and didn't know that we were cool. But I definitely nipped it in the bud. I was like, hey, TJ, who is this person? Do you know him? Before I even went on a date with him, I addressed it beforehand. And TJ was like, oh yeah, he's cool. Blah, blah, blah. It didn't work for me. Blah, blah, blah. Just went on and told me, go ahead, do it. Like, and I went on the date. Like, it was cool, but it didn't give what I wanted it to give. So it was like, cool. He's a cool guy. Definitely would be a great husband or boyfriend to somebody, but just wasn't for me. We're not in the same place. It's just not gonna work. But that's how I move with my friends in a situation where if it's somebody that's reaching out to me and I think they're cute and I know they only like talk, or even if I didn't even know they talk, like I know that they follow each other on Instagram. That's how me and TJ move. Because I didn't know TJ talked to the boy. I just knew that he followed TJ. When I went to his Instagram, I seen T-Nail and I immediately said, what do you know about him? That's me. That's how I move because I don't play. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And I agree with everything you've both said thus far. And those of you who are watching on Instagram, you may be asking how do we get the comments on the screen. If you click on our YouTube channel, which is on our platform, you can go there. We can pin it. And also share this with a friend. If you're watching, we don't have long to go. We're almost done, and it's time for trivia. But we'll talk about how you can help us later because we really need your help. But back to this question. No, okay. No, rule number one: know your friends. Okay, there are certain friends that I know don't talk to a lot of people. Excuse me. I know that they're not those people that just be out there, right? Then I have certain friends that are very active, shall I say. And so they might be talking to some person today, they might be talking to somebody tomorrow, might be talking about 5 people a day, in one day. However, I will say this: if I am texting somebody and in my mind I say, damn, I should probably tell them, or let me ask my girls about this, I'm gonna ask, because if you have to question it, more than likely you need to ask. If I'm talking to somebody and on Instagram and they say, oh yeah, I know Vaughn, we met in the club a few times, or we conversed a few times. I'm just saying, hey Vaughn, like what's up with this boy, like whatever. And you have to be an honest friend too. Don't be that girl to be like, oh girl, don't talk to him. And damn well that was 8 years ago and y'all was both childish as hell. Or you weren't really trying to be with him at all anyway. Like don't be that friend either. I recently had this situation happen where I was talking to someone and a former friend of mine decided to talk to them as well. Now, granted, I got the story from the person, the actual bachelor that said, "Hey, they hit me up. Woo, woo, this is what it was." Granted, I don't care how it happened, but the problem for me was my name came up in the conversation, and you as a friend never came to me. So if my name comes up, that means I was thought about in that moment, and you didn't, as a friend, be a friend. So I feel like you have to have that reality check with yourself and your friends, because it goes both ways. Because I heard people be like, nah, I don't talk to my friends, man, and they better talk to my man. Girl, the way you treat your man, that nigga that you was talking to 10 years ago, he's for anybody at this point, because you didn't do right, and that was 10 years ago. I saw online a couple of weeks ago, so this girl was like, yeah, this one of my friends tried to talk to this dude I talked to in college. Girl, you look 40, 20 something years ago, and y'all ain't seriously. She even said they might have went on one date in college and you ain't talked to him since. Girl, let that go. That is a whole nother person now.
Yeah,
And if your friend was,
1000%.
especially if your friend was respectful enough to come to you and say, "Hey, girl, I just want to let you know we met in the grocery store, wherever they met." So you have to have all perspectives with that. You know.
I agree. I agree 1000%.
But check the trap.
And
I like that.
can I say something? And literally, like, and T-Now, just to your point of view, like, it's so important to keep the conversation and the communication fluid and open, because I have a friend, and not trying to put his or her business out there, but literally got married and the husband and his or her family member um, had intercourse, and they never felt like, they just thought like, oh, we ain't gonna say nothing because his or her don't need to know what don't hurt them. But his or her did find out, and they're not married now. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what's good for the goose is good for the gander. What may be somebody else's breaking point may not be somebody else's breaking point. But that was just too much for that person to be able to take on. So, you know, they were like, I'm good. You know, because if you hid that going into the marriage, what else is it that you're gonna hide 10 years from now, 5 years from now, whatever the case may be?
Yeah.
So, you know, I just think honesty is always the best policy in these situations. I don't think it hurts to just say, hey girl, let me check in. Let me say this. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, I don't
Uh,
know.
Did you say that they slept with each other? Like a family member of hers
I think
slept with
that's
her
what
husband?
I think that's what she said.
Okay. I just it just
Yeah.
stepped on some toes, so I just was trying to,
The
clarify.
But
husband the husband slept with the aunt, people.
oh
That
wow,
Mm.
the aunt must have been cougar. But I
something
don't want to
like
spend too much more time on this because I know we can go on and on. We might have to do a part two to this in a few weeks. But my last question to you guys before our trivia is what advice would you give to a younger queer person or a more inexperienced queer person when it comes to, and I'm going to take the word queer out actually, because I think this is general. What advice would you give anybody on someone that wants to develop more friendships or maybe growing into friendships? Vaughn, Dave, and then I'll end
Girl, be yourself, honey. I think that that's a one of the biggest mistakes people have. They think that they have to put on this facade for a friend group, a specific friend group, just because of the way they carry themselves. But people are going to accept you the most when you show up as yourself. I show up as myself at all times, honey. My friends know, baby. Sometimes I might come into a situation, girl, it's giving very much ratchet. It's giving very much, like I am always myself. Like sometimes I might look a little polished to the people in the public, but my friends know I am very, very much country. But just showing up as your authentic
Slight
self.
bougie.
Yeah, slight bougie, I don't think I'm bougie, but my friends think I'm bougie. um I show up as my authentic self at all times, and I think that's the best way to go into any friendship or any relationship in general, is just showing up as your authentic self. I know that we try to put our best selves forward, in most situations, just so that people can, like, just to get our foot in the door, or just to, like, start the situation, putting ourselves out there as our best self. But showing up authentically will always get you the type of friends you need in your circle. It will always get you the friends with the
Yeah,
longevity. It would always, it will always bring all those things to you. So as you're going into the, growing into friendships, definitely try to grow with people that are accepting of who you are in totality. So I
yeah,
think that that's one of the main things for me.
yeah. To just kind of piggyback off of what you're saying, I definitely, in the words of the great RuPaul, if you can't love yourself first, how the hell are you going to love somebody else? So even when it comes to friends, or even when it comes to, a relationship, you really got to do that inner work. You got to show up. You got to do the work, like, for yourself. So, that looks so different for everybody. That's such an individual thing. So as the, I guess, resident mental health person here on the cast, that's literally the best advice I could give, is that, you're not expected to be perfect. I don't think people are looking for perfection, but they are looking for somebody that's showing up. They are looking for somebody that has done the work, that is able to say, you know what, I kind of do this, and that's kind of not such a good quality, a good trait, but I'm working on it. I'm working on trying to change that. I'm working on trying to be my best. So, I done so, I done seek therapy. I done talk to the pastor, whatever. I done
yeah,
talk to a coach, a life coach, or whatever the case may be. Is, I think that's very attractive. Is that the fact that somebody is showing up and doing the work? I think people will gravitate towards that, because they're like, yo, like Vaughn said, you're your authentic self. Your authentic self may be a hot mess, but I'm rocking with you, because me too, sis. I'm trying. I'm trying to be better.
Right.
So we trying to
Hmm.
be better together. So that's my best advice to give, is just, continue to love yourself and pour in yourself, and it will show. It will literally show.
I just wanted to say, just reiterate what Dave was just saying about the getting the help and put it in the work. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like that's a major part as well. Like, you can't show up authentically as yourself if you're not trying to like. Also, just moving with love, like moving with pure intentions. Always trying to put. I just feel like that's to me. That's how I always get the good karma because of the fact that I always move with good intentions. I'm always pure with intentions. I always move with love, and a lot of people don't move that way. So I think that that's something to always also know is like just moving with love in general when you talking to people, and the people gonna know it. The people feel it. Like people call me to talk, and like I feel so good that people trust me. To be able to call me and be able to just talk about stuff, just get stuff off their chest. You know what I'm saying? Like of course asking am I okay to listen to the stuff first and then pouring it on me, but 100% I agree, Dave. I think that was great. Tina.
Whew. Y'all have said a lot, most of it actually. I think for me, I've always said that we're not the same. None of us are the same. Not just the people on this panel, but for all of you that are watching and listening, we are not the same. So, number one, don't say you need to be like anybody else. If you have a solid friend group of 3 or 4 people, rock with them until the wheels fall off as they rock with you. Don't be out here, you see everybody else, oh, I want to be like them. Girl, I need to be like her. You would be surprised at the differences. I don't take for granted the friend groups that I have. I am so blessed to have a plethora of friends that I call true friends. And then I have a plethora of best friends. And then I have siblings. I have a level scale, and a lot of people don't even know that. But if you pay attention, I'd be like, oh, my friend so and so, or my best friend so and so, or I'll be like, oh, my brother, okay, or my sister. That brother sister, that is top tier for me, and it that just works for me.
Mhm.
Compartmentalizing that works for me, because I can categorize that. Even like we was talking about somebody today, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's my buddy." And Vaughn was like, "Girl, what you mean?" I was like, "Girl, you already know me, buddy. Me, we was cool. It was hey, bye, nothing bigger than that." Um, my brothers and sisters have been there for me through death. They've been there for me. Like I can say on this stage that Vaughn and Dave have been there when my dad died. Dave came from New York. My friend sent flowers. The night my grandfather died, I was in Charlotte, North Carolina. My friends, who are my brothers and sisters, went to my family house that night. And I still applaud them for that, just having the bravery to be there at a traumatic event for my family in proxy for me. Then I have my best friends. These are my girls that I travel with too. These are my girls that they may not show up for the deaths and the weddings, but they call, they check on me. It's a vice versa. Then we have our friends. I say to you that are learning people that are growing, you're going to lose friends. Okay. It doesn't have to be a dramatic blow up. That's why I messed up a lot of times. I'd be like, oh, girl, we not friends anymore. I need to call her and figure it. No, I don't. We just grew apart, or we just stopped talking, or things change. It does not have to have a dramatic ending. There may be times where you see somebody later, you like, we're gonna have to pull back and communicate. I think sometimes it's easier for us just to stop talking, but it's okay to also say, hey girl, just wanted to pick up the phone. I thought about you. I know I haven't called you in a while, but I had to kind of pull back from this because I had a lot going on. You had a lot going on. It's not gonna work best for me. Right now, we have a friend right now, and I'm not afraid to say it. All 3 of us have a friend right now. I don't know what she got going on, but I'm just giving her space right now until she figure it out, and then we'll figure it out. Everything just does not have to be a big moment. It does not need to be a big moment, because that's where
Mhm.
blowups happen. That's where things go wrong. People say things they don't mean and all that good stuff. It does not have to be that. But be who you are. Love who you are. Ride for your friends, and riding for your friends is really that, going above and beyond for the people that go above and beyond you. Stop being lazy. Okay. Stop being lazy. Be creative. If you can't make it to that event, find a time to make that up. If you can't get them a gift that year, that's okay. Figure out something that they still like to do and do it with them. Groupon, coupon. I don't know why y'all girls think you got to go to Jimmy Choo and get me a big bag of gifts that I don't really care about. But if a bitch come to me and say, bitch, I got your whole packet of hookah shisha and some coals, can we smoke and chill on the patio? You're a friend. You're a
Girl,
friend, okay? Because I like that.
we
I
about
would
to
do that
have
for
a good
Dave because
time.
Dave's not a hookah smoker. I'm gonna be like, Dave, girl, I got you this cologne. I know that's the one you said you like. That's what he like. Me and Vaughn hookah girls. I also know Vaughn is a shoe girl, so I might not could get her the full balance for the Balenciagas. But I can say, girl, you got $200 gift card to Saks, and you figure out the rest, bitch, because I ain't got it. it's just those moments that make things happen. You got to do it. And somebody said on YouTube a great point: stop picking friends over opportunities. And people will do that. All of us on stage can say that, especially if you have good energy. Protect your energy, because people will feed off of, oh, they're good, nice people, I want to hang around them because they have a lot of friends, or they look like they're a good vibe. And you'll notice that they only call you to hang out or for validation, and that gets draining. Okay, girl, I'm not your therapist nor your doctor. Okay, we are supposed to
Listen.
be friends, but when I'm ready to hang out, you act like you're so tired and busy. It got to be a vice versa for us. You know what I'm saying? So that
Mhm.
is what I say friendships are. And shout out to all of you and your friends. And we're even us three as friends, we're totally different people. All
Yeah.
three of us are. And it ain't always, oh, I love you so much, girl, I love you so much, girl. No, sometimes it be like, you working my fucking nerves today, what do you want?
No,
Okay.
bitch.
It,
Dave's favorite thing is, are
it's
you
usually
dumb?
Are you
hold
dumb?
on. Let me tell the viewers. It's usually me. They are very mean to me on this stage. They usually ignore my phone calls. They don't answer the phone because they are tired of me. They don't want to talk to me.
You
And
tried it.
That is not
you know,
true.
You
I,
tried it.
I still love them, but
No,
that's
that's
how
not
they
true.
treat me. That's how
For
they treat
those
me.
of you who are watching, Dave is that one friend, you'd be like, damn, this girl called me at all the inconvenient times. I'd be like, how does she know to call me right now? I got a nigga over here. I might be on the phone with a nigga.
I'm gonna say the
I'd be
only
like,
person that don't answer the phone, Dave, is that one with that orange head on. If we want to be very clear, because sometimes the girl goes missing. I'm like, girl, you on Plum Creek Lane? I'm confused as to why you can't,
That's true.
why you're not answering the phone.
But you know why she not answering the phone? Because she's talking to 10 other people. It's she got you
Correct.
got to give her leave.
Correct. When she says she has a plethora of friends, y'all, she
It's
has a plethora of
literally
friends. But this is also one thing though I like to add about TJ friends. TJ has really good friends, and I'm not even going to say that in a point of like, like being boastful or anything to him. But I think that having people that have good energy, because us as veteran friends of his that has been around him for a long time, coming around and having good friends, like even with Dave, like I was introduced to Dave through TJ a couple of years back, and
right.
he's not one of the newer friends, but he's newer than I am, so it's like just being able to be close with Dave, be cool with Dave. And then also his new friend group, Jeff, Tristan, all of them. Like I met them when we went to New Orleans that year.
yeah,
Last year, was it last year?
yeah, last
But
year.
anyway, even them, like all when I was, I'm always kind of, girl, I don't know about new people, but when I met them, like they immediately gave like, oh, them girls cool. Like it wasn't no time of like idleness of awkward silence in the beginning. Like we literally went in there and literally we was having conversation from the jump. Like we started talking about Ozempic.
With no seriously.
Wasn't they talking about
I've been
Ozempic or
dying to get on
so?
that Ozempic.
But anyway, like the conversation just flowed. Like the girls were very cool. They were opening, they were welcoming. Like they didn't say like, "Oh no, y'all can't sit in here." They had a little section in the hookah lounge, and we actually had a good time. Like so, I will say that most of the TJ friends that I've met so far, they are really good people. They're cool. I wouldn't mind hanging out with them. So I say kudos to that. It's hard to have a
And the
large group of
girls are
friends
eating
and
me up
all
on
of them be able
Instagram.
to get along.
Thanks. The girls are
Yeah.
eating me up on Instagram.
Busy,
Shayna and my other friend
busy bee.
Chloe and all of them. They're
Busy
like,
bee.
"Ooh, that
He's
phone
very
gives me
busy. Oh, and
everything."
even like I didn't even think about like Manny and
Yeah,
Kevin
Kevin,
and all of
Tommy, and all
them.
those
Like
girls.
even them, like Robbie and all of them, they are very cool as
Yeah,
well. So
No, seriously.
I
No,
like the
seriously.
Charlotte girls too.
I got to give T-Nell a good big flower when it
oh,
comes to
and
that.
Don Juan and Mighty. Don't forget my girls in DC.
He
Oh,
keeps
those the old girls. They're not new.
They are
yeah,
the old
they're not
girls.
you. They're not you. But he keeps a good set of people around him that are very, very, very. They're easy. They're welcoming. They're very nice. I know I can call them. Especially like you said earlier, like you would mention earlier, Tina. Like when it came to your dad or when it came to your grandfather, like it was just easy to connect with them and say, listen, what are we gonna go ahead and do for you? And you don't always find that. So shout out to you for being able to have just really good people in your and just really good energy, really good people that are just like nice and welcoming. It's never on some mean girl shit. It's never nothing like that.
Yeah,
Like I really appreciate that. So I don't know how you do it, but that's I guess
girl.
your gift. That's your talent.
Baby,
My
I don't
my
have enough
wallets
time in a day to
don't
have
know
that
how
many
we do it
friends.
either. The birthday trips, the gifts, all of
It's
that.
no
It's
shade. Like I could
woo.
not. Like I already struggle with like the people that I have close now. Like, and granted, some of my friends we don't really do the exchange of gifts. We just spend time with each other on birthdays and stuff like that. But
Yeah,
like, I could only imagine if I had to get gifts for all the people that I'm friends with right now. Like, our friend group, like our circle of group, and then like the boys, like Dave, Abraham, then
Girl, that's why we
my
got to be saying trip.
friends
We
outside of
enjoy
that.
it.
I think that is a lot,
Yes.
baby.
Yes.
And
But
you have
but
like 20 groups of friends. So girl,
yeah.
I
I
applaud
literally have
you.
4 group chats pinned in my messages always. It's
It's no
crazy.
shade.
Um,
That's a lot.
but no, we say all of that to say to all of you, friendships are a rainbow of things. It is truly not a black and white thing. There is no certain way of saying this is how to make a friend and this is how to keep a friend because we're all different people. What I will say is follow your gut always, but always be honest with yourself and be honest with the other person because you want to create that friendship and don't be so quick to call somebody a friend. Don't be so quick to call somebody a bestie. Build that rapport and it'll happen naturally. And you'll see when you see the work being put in both ways, and don't forget to put in the work your way as well. You know that. But we have trivia, so we can end the night because we're at an hour and a half. We've had a great return. And I excited. The feedback has been great. If you want us to continue to do these live, put a thumbs up in the comments right now or rainbow. Give me a rainbow for Pride Month
Be
if you
who
want us to
you
continue to do these
are.
live. And we will release these
For
on our streaming
you.
platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. It'll still go there. But put a rainbow flag in the comments if you want us to continue to do them live. And producer, we are ready for trivia. And as we do the trivia, I'm gonna say happy birthday to you too. Happy birthday to you too, because we missed y'all birthday and we missed Gemini season. So happy
You know, y'all, we
birthday,
missed the
dear
whole
Dave
Gemini
Barnes.
season.
Happy birthday.
But that just goes to show y'all that we had a time during Gemini
Woo, I had a
season.
time.
Yes.
Baby, the girls was on vacation. The girls have been to Vegas. The girls have been to Turks and Caicos. The
They
girls
missed
have had parties, functions. The girls
me
have
one.
moved. It has been a lot going
Yes.
on, okay?
Nah.
But we're
Yes.
ready.
We ready for trivia. Oh, and my Charlotte girls, we are going to brunch on Sunday. As they going away for me, by the way. So hit me up.
All right.
It's Thick Quest time. It's Thick Quest. Oh wow. We going for the gusto. The Stonewall riots took place in what?
You first.
Girl, I don't know. They didn't teach
I'm
gay
gonna go
history
ahead.
in
I'm gonna go
school.
ahead and guess and say 1985. But
I'm
I
gonna say
don't.
Mm-mm.
74.
Oh, 70. Yeah, you're right. Maybe the 70s. Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
take a jab and say 75.
Woo!
Damn, damn. They was protesting with civil rights. Damn.
No, they won't.
See, they ain't teach that. They ain't teach that in school.
Good night.
I hate this
Stonewall.
very bad.
Which one was Stonewall? I gotta figure out which one.
What year was
Oh,
the
see.
documentary film Paris is Burning released in the US? I feel
Was
like
it
that was like pretty new.
1989?
Like I feel like that was like
If it was
2009 or 2008.
I'm
what?
gonna say '04. What you said, Dave?
I was gonna say like older than that. I was gonna say like 1989, 1992, something like that.
It might be. I don't know. Oof.
91. Girl, I
I,
wasn't even in
these
the
questions
womb
are
yet.
hard. I should have did some
So you know,
research before I
see, they
came up
really need to
here.
teach this. They really
Do
need to
I
teach
get a
this.
point?
We
Yes,
need to
you
come up with like
did.
a
I know because if that's the case, I would have got a point for the first one. No, we don't get no points.
we need to have like a little gay university online. We gotta figure that out.
Oh,
I
I feel
should.
like
I
this is
really should know.
2011. Is this 2011?
I should really know this. I'm gonna go ahead and say. I'm gonna say
Was Ob-
2008.
was Obama
It's
president?
2000s. I don't remember. It was during Barack Obama's. I believe it was during his
I'm gonna
first
say 2000.
term.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I'm gonna
say
say 2000.
2008. 2008.
I'm gonna say 2010. Sound like a new millennial. 15.
15. That was only 9 years ago.
That's a gag.
And these girls are wearing this polyamory out, and y'all just was able to marry one person. Y'all are fast.
Uh, I was closest to that one. So if we giving points for closest,
2015,
We
girl,
ain't
we
getting
are
none
failing.
right. What
Put
kind
me
of
in gay
party
university.
this is sad. What kind of gay rights podcast is we?
Oh, pose.
Oh, this is
Pose.
pose. Pose down.
Pose.
Pose down. We knew that. Shit. Shit.
We don't even know who what order we have at this point. Who is who?
0. Everybody got 0.
Okay, let's start with you, teacher.
Oh shit, y'all don't watch that.
Oh, shit.
I have absolutely no idea.
I'm gonna go with.
I know. Oh my
She
god.
was Puerto Rican. She was Puerto Rican.
No. She was
Kevin know
she
this if
was
he
she
watches.
was
He can watch
actually
you
oh
RuPaul all the time.
fuck.
Who
I
in the
can't remember her
comments know?
name. I know her. She's black.
Tevin, if you consider this easy,
If she's not black, it's either Chanel. I don't know. I can't remember. I feel like
Somebody in the comments said
BB
BB.
Zara
Oh, shout
Benet.
out to
Yeah.
Kevin. Shout out to Kevin in the comments. BBZ. Z. Kevin and Ryan got
BB
that.
Zara Benet. She's black. I knew it.
Woo. Who was the first openly transgender to cover Time
Kris
magazine?
Jenner.
did you say Kris Jenner or Caitlyn?
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah.
Out of line. I'm gonna say
Time
Laverne Cox.
magazine.
Caitlyn.
Yeah, wouldn't it? I'm surprised it wouldn't have been
Oh.
Laverne. Orange is the New Black. That's what got her in, boo.
Yeah, I got one. Yeah.
Put something churchy up there so I can get one.
Oh.
Aww.
I'll go because mine is very lighthearted. Um, pride means to me, I think it means just authentically being yourself, as I've said before many times in this episode, and just spreading love, spreading positivity. Making sure that the girls are accepting you for who you are, and if they don't give a dang, and just move around, honey, and just have time, have fun, have a good time, enjoy your life. Just always being proud of who you are. I think that that's what pride means. So, yeah, y'all know what I give. So, what does pride mean, to y'all?
I'll go. So for me, pride means I give America a lot of slack for being American, but there is probably no other place I would want to be. So the fact that I can live in a country where I could date someone, I can, have public display of affection and not have to worry about it being illegal, not have to worry about being stoned to death or anything like that. That really does mean a lot to me. So um, pride is just I don't know. Pride is this, like being able to kiki with my brothers and being able to just be who I am and not have to look over my shoulder or worry about, if I'm doing something wrong or it just feeling some type of way. So like every single time I connect with my brothers and I'm able to just be me, that's what pride means to me. That's why, being at Pride and celebrating Pride is such a huge thing because I know we get a lot of slack in the community for not being together and not having community, but Pride is community. So, shout out to you guys. You are what Pride means to me. The community that we've built online, from Instagram to YouTube to Apple, Spotify, whatever it is. If you have supported Thique Talk Podcast, that was what Pride means to me. So yeah, that's my answer.
I don't know why I started crying.
Okay. Sorry.
I think pride means so many things, and it definitely means what you all like. Really, I don't know what the fuck. Okay, um, no, I people always say like, why do you go to Black Prides? You love going to these gay things. I don't think people will ever understand what it's like to be a Black, gay, Christian-based man in America, and it is so hard growing up because you don't have people that you can relate to. You don't grow up with people that understand you. You don't grow up with people that truly love you. And a lot of times, if you're watching this as a cis hetero person, you may not be talking about your family when you say the derogatory terms or you're saying that's not right. But your family, you don't know who's in that room. And a lot of times growing up, I remember people would say stuff about gay people or what they're doing, and I'm in the corner like, wait, this is what they're gonna say about me. This is what people are gonna think about me. They're never gonna say T Nell, the podcast host, T Nell, the property manager, T Nell, the entertainer, T Nell, the artist. They're gonna always say T Nell, the gay boy, or T Nell, the faggot. you know.
Mhm.
And growing, when I was able to become an adult and meet other people who are not just gay, baby, but successful, stylish, nice people, genuinely great. These people on this stage, I can tell you, contribute to our society more than what you imagine. And there are so many gay people, men and women and trans, in high places that are making it work for not just queer people, but for people all over. And pride means doing that while loving who we love and living our best life. Pride really means having those safe places. People always want to do bash why you go to the gay club, why you go to the gay bars. These are safe places for us, okay? And that's why I'm glad when I go to the gay clubs and bars, they got ARs and they swiping us down like we got something between our nuts, because you will not make us another number because you're not comfortable with who you are. Pride just means a lot to me. It is very emotional for me because I do have a long history of gayness, honey. It is a long history from sexual assault and all that good stuff. It is a lot. And to continue to be who we are and be strong people, baby, y'all are beautiful and happy Pride Month. And bitch, catch
Happy
me at any
Pride.
Black Pride until I'm married, okay? And even after I'm married, you gonna have to give me like one a year. That's about it.
But yes, that was a great spiel, girl.
Yeah, I don't know why I got emotional at the beginning. What the fuck? Kind of get
I
off
mean,
here. But no. Shout out to you guys for such a great night. Episode 4, Gay Code. We are here. We are queer and happy Pride Month. To all of you who are watching, I really need a huge favor from you guys to help us as we end this show. Please follow us on Instagram, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. And look here, I know y'all hate to do this shit, but do it for me. Share one of those platforms with 10 people in the next 2 days. Just share it. You can share a podcast, you can share the page, you can share a post when we post. We'll be posting some reels. And this episode will be out by Thursday night. So that way you can go back and listen to it and you can share that. But we really need you guys to be a part of building this brand, Thique Talk Podcast, because at the end of the day, we built this not just because we're queer, but because we are queer men of a bigger diaspora, darling. We are the underdogs in the community. Okay, so shout out to all of you out there who are watching. We really appreciate the interaction tonight. It was our first live show. It went very well. So applaud to my cast. And shout out again to Tevin, our producer, and Sean, Asada Rice, another part of our community and a part of our group who handles us on Wednesday nights. Don't forget the Gay Dating Coach live Shoot Your Shot is on Wednesday. So we always cover that. But at this very moment, to my co-host, any last words?
I just want to let everybody know that's watching that I am single and I'm ready to mingle. It is Pride, so I'm just putting that out there. My co-hosts are single as well, but I don't play matchmaker for my friends. That's not my role. But yeah, so hit me up. Big Waves on Swim. This is Dave the Legend, over and out.
Thank
I'm
you.
Vajay.
Episode 4 over.
Episode 4 will be out on all streaming platforms this Thursday. Make sure you follow us. And hopefully we'll see a lot of you soon in New Orleans for the Red Dress Run in August 2024. If you have not got your flight or your hotel, let us know. We might got to connect for you. But as for now, keep it cute, keep it right, and
a
keep it
little
thick.
birdie told me that we would be doing a live show. That's what a little birdie told me.
We could in the Airbnb. We could make it happen.
That's what little birdie told me.
Oh, girl, that's another bag I got to bring. Jesus. I gotta bring the microphones. Shit. Okay, we could definitely make that happen though.
It's given Let's Find a Podcast location in New Orleans.
They're not like that.
Oh, we could reach out to the uncles of NOLA or something like that. I think they are the ones that do their podcast in New Orleans.
Okay.
We'll talk about it later. But yeah, so see y'all in August. If you haven't bought your tickets yet, let us know. It is official celebration season for me once that happens, darling. But keep it cute, keep it right, and keep it thick. Happy birthday, Vaughn, and Big Waves on Swim, and happy Gemini season. And toast, happy Pride.
Happy Cancer season. Happy Pride. Bye, guys.
Bye.